Okay, all right, everybody. Look, I got another box. Okay then, so what's inside this box? Well, on the front there, look, it says Hitway, and the model number is BK10, so it's a folding fat bike. So let's get all the stuff out of this box, have a look what's in this box and the other boxes, and then we'll get the bike by here. We'll put the bike right by here, and we'll have a look what it's all about. Let's have a look what's inside this box that was inside the big box. So let's open it up like this, like so. Now you've got a bag of stuff. Now in there looks like it's got, I can see a bell in there, reflectors, a couple of cable ties, there's a front reflector, a few bits and bobs, so we put that to one side. We've got the pedals, there we go, there's the pedals. We've got the front axle, there we go, it's a quick release front axle, and it has got a little tag on it saying something. Warning, quick release hubs, something. What else we got in here? We've got, oh, they've sent us a nice lock for the bike, which is very, very nice. And then we got the, what we got here? We've got a basic sort of toolkit. There we go. We have got some instructions, and I think that's it then. So there's the instructions there. That's what's inside that box. So here's the Hitway BK10 all put together. What did I have to do to put it all together? Well, I had to put the front mudguard and headlight on. Then I put the wheel on. It's got the quick release type axle. You've got to put this part of the stem on here, then put this part in. I got to put the seat on, which is easy peasy. I had to put the pedals on, and also I had to pump up the front and rear tyre, because these bikes always come with sort of semi-inflated tyres for packaging purposes. So let's bring the camera in and have a little bit more of a look. Looking by here at the wheels, 160mm discs in the front and the rear, and they're cable operated. You've got a 4-inch wide tyre on a 20-inch wheel. Now, looking down at the back hub motor, this bike is actually classed as a 250 watt legal e-bike. There's no throttle, and it's a 36 volt bike, so they're classing it as a 250 watt legal e-bike. It is quite a big hub motor, so I don't know what kind of torque we're going to get. Might be a nice bit of torque, so we'll have a look when we get it out on the old open road. So I've got the bike in my position the way I'd have it when I pedal. I'm 5'10", 178 centimetres or 1.78 metres, so you can gauge the size from me. Now, if I got the handlebars here on the highest position, they're like that, so I'm sitting upright, almost completely upright, very comfortable. And the seat, if I'll try and show you what the seat is, it has got a suspension seat post. As you can see, I'm bouncing up and down. So you've got to put the seat a little bit higher than what you need, because when you sit down on it, depending on how heavy you are, I'm 80 kilograms, so you can see that when I'm sitting on it, it's going down. So you've got to put the seat a little bit higher than what you want, because it'll go down when you sit on it. If you know what I mean. It's got an integrated front headlight and tail light and brake light. So if you hold the plus button down, the front headlight will come on. I'll show you that in a minute. The back light is on at the moment, and if I press the brake like that, it does go slightly brighter. So you've got a brake light and a tail light and a front light. Let me turn the bike around and I'll show you the front light. Okay, so there's the front headlight. Let me hold the plus button in like that for a few seconds, and then the light comes on. It does look quite bright to me. That does look quite bright. I might have to push that down a little bit further because it's pointing upwards, but that looks very bright. The battery is housed in this part here, and then the controller's in there, and it is a 36 volt battery, and I think it says that the controller is 18 amps maximum power, so you can work out how many watts you're going to get out of this on peak power. Not continuous power, peak power. So looking up here on the handlebars, you've got the 7-speed Shimano there, and then over here the display has got S866, so you can look up the display if you want. Hold down the power button for a few seconds and it will power up like that, and you can see you've got your miles per hour, your assist level and your odometer and your battery level there, and there's 3 assist levels there. And just down by here you can see that there's no throttle on this handlebar at all, but just down by here there is a hidden little socket there, and that socket is for, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, by here over there like that there, that socket there is to put a throttle on, but you've got to pick the correct throttle. It doesn't come supplied with a throttle for some reason. They're trying to keep this bike legal. It does say on the website it doesn't come with a throttle, but there is a throttle input there. So it has got a rear rack for carrying stuff. The seat feels nice and squishy. I like a nice squishy seat. So let's get this bike out on the open road and see what it's like. Right, okay then, here we go. Starting off with a big hill straight away. So let's turn this on by here. I haven't got it turned on yet. So it comes on quickly because the hill's coming. Right, 1, 2, 3. 3 is the highest setting. Let's put it in gear 1 and see if we can get up this big hill. There's a big huge branch sticking out by here, so let's try and get around that. Hey. So here we go. I'm going up a big massive hill by here, and it's going to be quite easy actually. It has got, like I said, it has got an 18 amp controller, so it should give a nice bit of power. Now the one thing that's happened by here, I'll try and show you, is this is coming down by here. Look there. That keeps coming undone, so let me have a look at that. Let me have a look at that a minute, because that keeps coming undone. And I don't want the handlebars to fold when I'm riding it. Right, okay, so I've put that down that way like that, so it goes a little bit tighter. So that should be right. It might have been the way I had it. I think that must be the right way, because it does go tighter like that. So, now, I've just come up that big steep hill. I don't know if you can see how steep it was, but it was very, very steep. And I'm going to go up another steep hill now. This is just on pedal power, because there is no throttle. It doesn't come with a throttle, but you can put a throttle on it. Down by there, look, I don't know if I've shown you, but down by there, there's a little thing there, and you can put a twist throttle, thumb throttle on it, but I'm using it the way that it came. So let's go up another hill. Let's wait for that car to go. Oh, another car coming. Oh, traffic everywhere. Right, here we go. Right, let's get up this hill now. So another big huge hill. If I can get up this hill. So I'm going somewhere different today, a different mountain today. I'm going to go across a mountain called Engwe Mountain. There's lots of big hills. I'm going a bit further. I've done about 2 miles so far. So I'm about 2.5 miles away from where I live. So let's get up the top of this hill. It's actually really easy. So like I said, there's only pedal assist on this bike, but it does come in gradually. It does come in nice and smooth, but I've got it on level 3, which is the highest level of pedal assist. And you have already got to pedal a little bit, and it does take you up there. It is quite good. Let's get past, wait for this van to go past. There we go. Let's go into second gear. There we go. And yeah, now if I put it down to level 1, let's see what that feels like. So it feels like it's still giving you some the torque, but it only goes up to 9 miles an hour, like. So that's how fast that one goes. Then level 2, let's look at level 2, and that's sort of topping out at 12 miles per hour. So level 3, which is the best level, obviously. And if you pedal, it will take you up to 15.5 miles per hour, and it'll stop at 15.5 miles per hour. And I'm sort of ghost pedaling now. So I'm making the pedals go round, but I'm not putting any effort in. Now, if I want to put effort in, I'm going to have to go down the gears and sort of pedal faster. Now I'm putting a little bit of effort in when I'm all the way down to gear 6. So if I go back up the gears, I'm just ghost pedaling now, and the bike sort of, it's a bit like throttle mode, but with the pedals, if you know what I mean. But it's got through them hills really easily. Now, for some reason, I put this low mount on the front of my bike, on the handlebars there, look. So you're looking up at my face. So unfortunately, you've got to look up at my face through all through this drive, because I forgot to get the extending bar. What a div! Now I saw some horses today, so let's go back and have a look. I hope they're not scared of me on the bike, but I'll try and sneak up well, not sneak up to, I'll go over this side of the road first, then come back, and then I'll turn round, and there we go. Hello horses, hello there. There's a couple of horses, a couple of young ones. There's two young ones. Lots of flies around them. That's annoying, isn't it? Hello horses, hello. Now, the one thing I forgot to do is when I stop, I should put it back in first or second gear. So now I've got to sort of give it a good shove off now in a low gear and wait for the power to kick in. There we are, there's the power. So there we go. There's my tip. Make sure when you stop you're in a lower gear, because you haven't got the throttle to sort of you know, pull off easily. You've got to sort of start pedaling the pedals a little bit before it starts to come in. And here we go, look, I got a magnet, quite a strong magnet. We'll do the old magnet test. I haven't done a magnet test for a while, so let's start by here. The body, I know the body is aluminium. There we are, the body's aluminium. Let's try that bit there. That bit is steel, by the looks of it. This bit here, aluminium. That bit steel. Top of this bit is aluminium, and I think that is steel there. That is steel. And at the back here, I think that the rack is made of steel. There we go, the rack's made of steel. Let's check the seat post. Let's pull up there. Have a go with that as well. And that's aluminium as well, look. So there we go. Oh, and this bit here, look, that's steel as well. Now, I don't know if you can see me bouncing up and down by here. Well, you probably can, but the suspension seat, which I recommend that every single bike manufacturer who makes these electric bikes. There's a fly just come into my in there. Let me just give it a fly. Right, what was I saying? These fat bikes or these electric bikes, I'd recommend them putting a suspension seat on all of them, even if the bike's got rear suspension. It is a little bit more, you know, it's nice on the bumps. It does take the shock out of the bumps with the suspension seat. Anyway, let's get a bit further up here. Now, I don't know if you can see down there on the front suspension there, look. It hasn't got a lockout and it hasn't got a rebound or anything. It's just, let me just stop the bike a minute and show you. So look, you can see that it is going up and down like that, right? It's going up and down, but there's no adjustment. It's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But there is no, it's fixed, if you know what I mean. Anyway, look, I've done it again. I've done it again. I've stopped in a higher gear. So let's get going again. Right, here we go. Right. Now, I must remember the gears. So what have we done so far? We've done 3 miles. So let's keep going up these hills. So the battery is a 36 volt. I've said this before, it's 36 volt. I think it's 12 amp hours. And obviously we've talked about range before in the past, haven't we? You know, range, there's so many factors that you can't sort of say how, like if I was going along a flat road, my range is going to be a lot further. Now at the moment the battery's gone down, but that's battery sag because I'm going up the hills. If I stopped and turned the bike off and turned it back on, then the battery would pop back up, if you know what I mean. So I'd say for a 36 volt battery, it's quite powerful. I think this is one of the, I'm going to say this is probably one of the most powerful 36 volt, I mean torque wise, I can feel the torque in it. This is one of the torquiest 36 volt e-bikes I've ridden, I'd say. It's got bags of torque. And I did say earlier on in the video, the rear motor did look like a big motor, but they've sort of, it's a big motor, so it's underpowered with a 36 volt controller, 18 amps peak power. Remember, that's peak power, not constant power. So it's probably going to be, the motor's not getting that stressed, so it's going to have it's going to last a long time, basically, a very long time. So it is a folding e-bike, so let's undo this little clip by here. You've got to sort of pull it in a little bit like that and to release it. then that goes down over there like so, like that, folds down nicely. It has got folding pedals, so you push them in like that and twist them up like that. There we go, there's the folding pedal, and the handlebar is nice and folded down by there. So let's try and undo this part here. You've got to push that lever forward there like that. That clips open, and then I'll fold it up. I'll fold it in half, and I'll show you how compact it is. And there we go, all folded up, nice and compact. That's what it looks like when it's folded up. Let's go around this side, have a look at this side. That's what the handlebars are like. So there we go. The handling is, because it's got the folding, just check there's no cars behind me. Because it's got the folding, if I got my two hands on the handlebars, you can wiggle back and forth, like so. But because it's got the short handlebars, because it's a folding bike, when you take one hand off, and I'll try and explain it. When you take one hand off, with these shorter handlebars, you should really have your two hands on. When you start pedaling and the torque kicks in, you can feel a bit of a wiggle because there's a short handlebars, so you've got slightly less control with a short handlebar. If you know what I mean, if you've driven one of these bikes before, you know that you've got to be, you usually got to ride with both hands on the handlebars with these narrow handlebars. That's the right way to try to come with. Now, it's a big massive hill by here, so let's get in a lower gear. Now this hill is really, really steep, so let's have a look. So far I'm still ghost pedaling. Now I've got to put a little bit of power in myself by here in first gear, because this is like crazy steep. This is silly. Oh my god. So I don't know if you can see down there, but that was extremely steep, and then we've got another big steep hill right in front of us by here. So let's get going up here. So many hills. This is, so I'm actually, I think I said earlier, this is Engwe P275, the mountain of Engwe P275, and this hill is just so steep. It's so steep, and I am in first gear, look, and I have got to put a little bit of effort in by here. Not the kind of effort you'd have to put if there was no power, but there we are. It's starting to level out now again. There we are, I made it. Now that hill is crazy steep. You'd probably, if you was on a normal bike, you'd get off and push it up. But there we go. Oh, I wonder if I'll pull over by here and try the walk function to see if it's fast enough or too slow or whatever. Let's get off the bike and have a look. Right. Usually walk function is you hold down the minus button, like so. There we go, starting to go. Oh, that's a nice, that is nice. That's a nice walk function because I'm having a nice little stroll, look. It's not too fast. Because some bikes, some walk functions are way too, look at 1.9, 2 miles per hour. Perfect. Perfect walk function. Right, have I put, right, let's get back on the bike. Now, as I get up this road by here, there's going to be some lovely views. I can just sort of see some nice views through the hedges by there. Over that way there, look, there we go. So we'll go up by here a little bit further, and I will show you the view. I'll show you the nice view. We'll stop, I'll stop up here by, there's an old hospital. There was an old hospital for infectious diseases back in the 1940s or something like that, 1940s I think it was, late 30s, 1940s, and it was a hospital for infectious diseases, and they put everybody up on top of the mountain. That's where they put people with infectious diseases away from everybody else. But all that's left is the foundations of the hospital. Anyway, let's carry on with this bike ride. Okay, so there's the bike there. It's got me up the mountain. I'm up the top of the mountain. This is basically as high as it gets by here on this road, and I have got a lovely view. Lovely day today, nice and warm. I can see right across. I can see, you probably won't be able to see on this camera, but there's a big wind farm, wind turbines up there on top of the mountain there. Loads of wind turbines. But anyway, nice looking bike, black and orange. And I think they do I think I did see a green and black one as well, I think it was. And you can buy this I was looking on the website, and I think you can buy this with a 48 volt battery as well. So you've got two different options of 36 volt and a 48 volt. The 36 one is a lot cheaper, and the 48 volt is a little bit more expensive because, you know, the battery's more expensive. Now, like I've said a couple of times, when it comes to you, this comes to you classed as a 250 watt legal e-bike. It doesn't come with any throttle in the box at all, but it does come with the option of, let me try and take this out of here so you can show you. Under here, look, by there. Let me take that off there, try not to lose it. There we go, there, look. It's an option for a thumb throttle. Now, I bought a thumb throttle from Amazon and I put it in and it didn't work. And the reason is, it must be the thumb throttle you can buy for this one must be wired slightly differently. So I had to wire the thumb throttle slightly differently. And I have tried it, and the thumb throttle I haven't got it on the bike, I'm testing this as a legal e-bike. I did try the thumb throttle, and it does work. It'll spin the wheel around. So you can add a thumb throttle, but be aware that for some reason the wiring on here was slightly different to the thumb throttle I bought, so I had to alter it. Black was white and white was black, basically. Right, okay then, so there we go. Everything's looking tickety-boo, so let's go and try a brake test. Right, okay, I'm going down the hill slightly by here, so let's try a brake test in 1, 2, 3, go. Whoa, right, let's have a look behind me. Let's have a look. And that did stop really fast. There we go. Let's have a little look along here. It's not far at all, is it? Look, I did pull the brakes as hard as I could. And there we go. The bike is by there. So that's, and I'm sort of going downhill ever so slightly. It's only a slight incline. That's a win from me. These flat tyres do grip the ground quite well because they got more surface area. So there we go. So I don't know if you can see up by there, just up by there, you can see some foundations, and that is, by here was the isolation hospital. It's called the Black Hospital up in Engwe. So there it is, there's the foundations just up by there. So if you want to check out all the specs, then you can go and look at the Hitway website for the BK10, and all the links will be down in the description below. Now, I gotta say, this bike is very comfortable over the bumps, and I have got a cattle grid coming towards me by here. So let's go over the cattle grid. Bit of a dip on this one, but let's have a look what it's like. Here we go, let's go across the cattle grid. Very nice. So I gotta say, this bike is very nice for driving over mountains on. Plenty of torque. Have I said that? Yeah, I've said that, plenty of torque. Now I'm going to come past a pub called Rose and Crown, and it's actually closed down a few years ago. Quite a nice pub, situated right on top of Engwe Mountain, and next to the Rose and Crown here, let's go past this car, is Engwe Church. And I don't know if that's going to be stopped doing certain things as well, so they've sort of all closed down by here, which is a bit sad. Now, here's another big huge hill in front of me by here, so I'm really giving this bike a stress test on the hills. And I've been up loads of hills now, and it is taking the hills, like I've said, it is taking the hills nice and easily. This is very steep, but the bike is making it easy. So let's get up the top of this hill. So this is the view I got at the moment. The Hitway BK10 has got me all the way around the mountain. So it's a fantastic bike. I would like to have a throttle included in the box, just in case you could do it yourself. But if you want to go and check out all the links below, because this bike will be in the description, it's a fantastic bike for the price. Go and check out the price. You'd be quite surprised how cheap this folding bike is. Anyway, if you did like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!